intimacy. Maybe this should have been my fun fact. I'm a loud person. I'm just gonna say it now. So maybe that should have been my fun fact. I'm loud because I love intimate settings like this. I like me a crowd too, but I like intimate settings because it allows people to open up. And by me being a therapist, I love when people open up and pour into me because I have been through so many different things. I've experienced so many different situations. I want to help. I want to give people the tools that they need to be successful in whatever they are doing. So, I'm going to start like this. First of all, we know we're here. We talking about, do y'all mind if I just get comfortable real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Let me get comfortable because I'm about to talk to the people. We in this intimate setting right now. And it's cute when we come and we all put together and stuff like that. But when people need help, that's what I'm here for.
All right.
That's why I went to school for it. That's why I got my degrees in it. And that's why I have clientele in it. Because I don't care about all this extra hoo-ha and the makeup. I'm here for the people. Okay? So I know today we were talking about self-worth in your business. That is one term that I love. I always talk about self-worth. I always talk about self-worth building when it comes to women especially. So think about it while I'm talking. What is self-worth to you? And I'm going to do you like these do you in school. There's no wrong answers, okay? There's no wrong answers, all right? I'm gonna grab my sandals real quick. I'm so sorry. Just grab these really fast. But what is self-worth to you? What does that mean? And not necessarily on a business aspect, but just in general.
Knowing your importance.
What is self-worth to you? In 5 words or less, if you can. I'll just give you the Jeopardy.
Knowing how important you are.
Knowing how important you are, okay.
And knowing what you bring to the table, what assets
to the table, okay.
Realizing your values.
Realizing your values, okay. Right? Exclusive. Exclusive. No homework. Just like you shut up right now. All right. Anybody else, Miss Butterfly?
Just being yourself.
Being yourself?
Regardless of what someone else thinks of you. Having your own ideas of who you are and how much you matter in any given situation.
Okay. All right. So I want to break down real quick self-worth, self-concept, and self-esteem. Because a lot of times they're all used interchangeably and they're kind of similar, but they're really not. All right. So self-worth is pretty much, those are your internal factors. How you feel about yourself. So it's kind of like your, am I good enough? Okay. And I'm going to explain all of these in depth. I'm just going to give them to you real quick. Very simple. Your self-concept, that's your what am I? That's your perception of yourself, positive, negative, am I good, am I bad, whatever. And self-esteem is how good you are. So that's your emotional state. Like, oh, I'm fat or I'm ugly or whatever. Self-esteem and your self-worth are the two that are always used interchangeably, okay? But your self-worth pretty much says, am I worthy enough to do whatever it is that I'm doing in my business? Do you feel like you can do it? When I say that, it sounds simple, but when I say that, that means without all the extra criticism, without the judgment, without the doubt that you have in your mind, because we all have these internal demons, if I can say, because that's what they are. The negativity that we've grown up with, or that somebody has told us, oh, that's too hard, or you can't do that, or you're not smart enough. And they creep up, because what happens to them? When we hear them when we're younger, they don't go away. We suppress them. Mm-hmm. So when it's time for us to start our business, or when it's time for us to grow in our business that we're already in, and we hesitate to make that step, that's where your self-worth comes in. So is your self-worth strong enough to start your business? Is it strong enough to sustain your business? That's what you have to ask yourself. And with that being said, you have to think, how do you feel about yourself internally? Self-worth has nothing to do with materialistic things, okay? That's why I said, yeah, this stuff is cute, but when I get ready to speak and talk, I get down to business. Because this is cute, but it's temporary. I could throw these shoes out there in the street and they get ran over and then I don't have them anymore. But your self-worth with this internal, what you feel about yourself, that lasts forever. Period. That determines how you will succeed. That determines if you can set proper goals. Because it's one thing to set a goal, but it's another thing to set the proper goals. So where are you going with your business? What are you trying to do? If you can sit down and set those small goals with confidence, then your self-worth is intact. But if you cannot, then we got work to do. I'll use myself as an example. Before I got to this place, I was that person. I was that woman. Every time I got ready to do something, I'm like, oh, but you came from the hood. Oh, but, you know, your parents were this, or they started a business and they all failed. Oh, you know what they say, you know, however, you're a product of your environment. So if it failed for them, it's going to fail for you. And I started believing that. That's why it took me so long to start my business. That's why I went to school. Because I was like, oh, that's all I had to do was go to school. Because that's what they told me. Go to school, get a piece of paper, and then you can be successful in life. No, it's not. Because there's so much in me. But who had to see it? I did. Nobody could give it to me. Nobody can give you self-worth. You have to know it for yourself. So to start, what you have to do is put your foot on the neck of all that doubt that has set inside of you from when you were knee-high to a cricket, and even when we become adults. Because even as adults, we tear each other down. We tear ourselves down.
Worst critic.
So it starts with you. A man can't give it to you. Our husbands can't give it to us. Lord, no, they can't. Because they look at us for everything.
Preach.
Okay? Our kids can't. Having a baby, all of that. And it's fun to say things like, oh, my daughter completes me. Having a marriage completes me. Oh, my son is the beat of my heart. It's cute to say things like that. But in real life, that stuff does not sustain us. It doesn't hold us together. It doesn't keep us to be what we need to be. It just sounds good. And I'm not saying get rid of those things. Whatever you got to do. That's what we got, the positive affirmations. You say those things and you keep moving and it gets you through your day. But you got to build up on the inside of you. That's your self-worth. And if that's not built up, you can do whatever you want to do. But when all the dust settles, you know how, have you ever been laying in your bed and after a full day, you laying down and you're like, oh, dang, yeah. Especially with us entrepreneurs. I know I've been there. And you're laying down at night and you like, oh, that's when that doubt starts to set in. And you like, dang, I could have did so much better today. Or I could have did this another way. And then it's just all the negative. It's just pounding at you and pounding at you. And before you know it, when you wake up in the morning, you're depressed. You're like, oh, I'm just going to take a break today from this. It's just so overwhelming. So you have to take that energy and you got to say, wait a minute. Because right now, at this point, what you're saying is all of that can defeat you. It's nothing but thoughts. You take all those internal thoughts and you change them. When you get to, oh, I don't think I can do this. Yes, I can. Let me just figure out another plan. Okay, what happened today? What went wrong that made me feel like this? Oh, okay, well, I didn't have a better presentation or I didn't have enough product. So you plan. You find out what the issue was and you plan better for the next time. Because guess what? Without failure, we would be nothing. Who wants to be perfect? I know I don't. You ever been around somebody who just think they got it all together? They're annoying. It's all get out. So we need that. We need the negativity. We need the failure. We need the dang, I'm going to do this better next time. And understand that you are a human being. You are going to fail. It's a part of life. You're supposed to fail. That's the only way you learn. Who learns from knowing everything? If I knew everything, how am I learning? I'm not. How can I learn? I already know everything, so I just walk around and be a big boring blob. Well, that's stupid. You can't. It's impossible. So it starts with you building yourself up, understanding that, hey, if I fail, that doesn't mean I'm a failure. That just means I didn't do good in whatever that moment was. Failing at one something doesn't define who you are. It's just, I made a mistake. It's kind of like if you fall out here and scrape your knee, you're not a big scab for forever. You just have a sore in one spot for a moment. And that will pass. It will heal, and you're going to keep on moving. And when that scab heals, then you're going to go and put your booty shorts back on so you can show your legs again. It's the exact same thing. And I make, like, that's why I'm glad I said that. That was my fun fact that I'm a comedian. Because I will just throw a couple. I want people to understand who and what I am. So, with that part being said, I will say this. As a therapist, of course, we all have to start out in school. We have to start out with a superior and under somebody. And a little bit over a year now is when I branched out to do it all on my own. Why did it all on my own? Because I know I can. I don't believe I can. Because believing and trying don't get you nowhere. Sorry for all my people that always say I'm trying, but it doesn't. I know I can. Guess what? Because I did it. I did it already when I was under somebody else's umbrella. So let me step out in this sunshine real quick and do this on my own. Because I know that I can. And even when I step in that sunshine, there's sometimes you will get discouraged because you're going to have some people that say, oh, whatever, she ain't nothing, da-da-da. Or, oh, I really got so much from her, I can pull from her. Oh, let me do this, da-da-da. But with the negativity, you got to learn how to just be like, okay, I'm just so sorry that I couldn't help you. But maybe somebody else can. It just won't be me. But guess what? That negative feedback doesn't define who I am. It doesn't make me go sit in a corner and say, hey, maybe I should do better next time, or maybe I should. Oh, let me go on YouTube and Instagram and find another therapist who has 75,000 followers. That doesn't make them better than me because they have 75,000 followers. Because if you got 75,000 followers, how you reaching out on people? I want to reach my people. And if I get to 75,000 followers, that's great. That's my goal. But if I don't, I'm not discouraged at all.
Purpose.
So you have to know, I'm glad you said that. You have to know your purpose, what you stand for, what you believe in. What you believe in, just because I don't believe in it, it doesn't make it wrong. It's just what you believe in. Is that right? It is, because it's yours. You owning it. If it's something that I disagree with, that don't make it wrong. It just means we disagree. So I'm not your audience. Let me keep moving. But some people get discouraged. Do you mind if I use you, Shari? Okay. Just say, for example, if you set up a kiosk in a mall and you have all your beautiful jewelry and you have a whole speech prepared, and every time somebody walk by, you got your line, you drawing to people what you want to say to them and everything, and you leave at 9 o'clock when them mall closing 9 still. It do. Nah, Corona got them messed up. They close ourselves. Okay, so so at the end of the day, you have sold nothing. How would you feel?
Defeated.
Defeated. That's a powerful word.
Mm-hmm.
Defeated is a powerful word. And now I'm going to take that light off of you. Okay? Because That's your feeling. That's okay. And you own that. But let me tell you where your self-worth falls in line. Don't feel defeated. It just wasn't your day. That doesn't mean you won't be successful in the future. It doesn't mean that your product is trash. It doesn't mean you need to change and go get something else and buy some other stuff and figure out what people like. And let me do a poll on Instagram. People love to do that. Let me do a poll to see what people like. Do they like red lipstick, green lipstick? Or no, it doesn't mean any of that. It means stick to what Shari wants for your business. Is this anybody else's business? Where we go wrong with our business is we always asking somebody else. And it's to a point where now I just be like, maybe we should just name our business Everybody Business.
Everybody's are us.
Yes. Because you asking everybody anyway. What is within you? When we come up with these ideas and a business or what we want to do to be these entrepreneurs, somewhere in there, and I'll just use the term God loosely because everybody have different beliefs and everything, but somewhere in there, your spirituality or whatever has tapped in to say, hey, you can do this. And then all the negativity kind of muffles that. I need you to find that light. That light that made you start it, find it. Find it and keep it. And when you find it, every time all that other foolishness comes into play, you let that little bitty speck outshines all of that. Stop going to other people asking for advice. Stop going for other people. It's cool to get people's opinion, but that ain't law. If all you want to do is walk around in the streets with your case and open it up on every corner to sell your stuff, do that. If you say that inside of you, let me try this. Try it. Don't go to a friend and say, it's cool to talk to our friends. I think I'm going to go and stand on every corner with my case and just see what I sell. Usually what our friends tell us,
girl,
that ain't no good idea, girl. Everybody be on Instagram. Everybody be on Facebook, girl. You got to get your Facebook, your Instagram order. Girl, bye. Say who? Because we didn't have Instagram and Facebook when Walmart decided to put these big old stores up on every corner and sell everything in life that you ever need. We didn't have Instagram and Facebook for AutoZone.
Amazon.
We didn't have it for Amazon. We didn't have that. So what you're not going to tell me is this computer is how I'm going to be successful. Because you're a lie.
A whole one.
What makes you successful is what you feeling in your soul. Nobody knows your dream but you. It's cool to get people's opinion, but you take it and you just chisel off of it what you need. And if you don't need it, you just sweep the rest of it to the side and tell them thank you. Because one thing this world have is opinions. And it's opinions for a reason, because it's your belief. It's what you think. It's how you feel. But how I feel is, I'm gonna go out on this corner with my case and open it up with a sign that say 50% off my jewelry today because I'm on the street and it's hot sun.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? You may not even sell a whole bunch of it. You may just sell one piece. But guess what? Did it work? Mm-hmm. Yes, it did. Who came up with that idea? You did. Where did it come from? Inside you. Who doubted you? Your friends. And when you sell that one piece, what they gonna say? Girl, I told you that wasn't gonna work. Girl, bye. It did. I sold a piece. So guess what? I'm gonna do this again next week. Cause next week I might sell 2 pieces. You gonna listen to that friend that's putting all that doubt in you? And that's stirring up all that doubt that you had that you suppressed when you were younger? No, you're not. You're gonna do it again. And you might sell 0 the next week. But guess what? When I have moments like that, I'm gonna always channel back and use myself as an example. When I have moments like that, I be like, oh, dang, it just must have been a lot of people. It must want payday. I don't sell nothing. It's okay, because I get it. And It's COVID. We almost in a recession now anyway. So, you know, that's how I look at it. I'm not gonna beat up on myself and say, oh, this is so stupid. Oh, why you doing this? Oh, you take so much time to sew all this material. Oh, this is dumb. You order these supplies and you're not getting back what you put into it. I don't care. Because guess what? At some point, I'm going to get it back. I'm going to get it back. I love to use, what's his name? The rapper, 2 Chainz. I love to use him as an example. You don't have to know his music to know what I'm about to say. I love to use him because he wanted to be a rapper or was being a rapper. I don't really know his whole story, but I just know when he finally made it and got up the ladder, this man was 40. Okay? And look at him now. Now, how many times do you think he heard, okay, bro, give it up. Bro, you getting too old. You got all these kids. How your kids finna eat? And he, yup, and he still went to the studio, yup, when his baby mama was down him, yup, I'm still finna go, yup, I'm finna make this beat, yup. And they were, all he doing, be in the studio, he ain't making no money, and now look at him. He got enough money to buy a house for all of us in here, okay? But you know why? That his self-worth, intact. It went in one ear and out the other. And he probably used it to build himself up. Do that. Take what everything else somebody else have to say. Use it for yourself. Don't nobody care. I don't care what nobody. You know how many times since I have been out on my own. You know how many times I've had people say, "Go look at this person. Look what she doing. Look how she did." I'm new to social media, by the way. Very new. Okay. So when I was doing this and even getting my clientele, it was the clients that I had brought from when I was at the private practice that I was in, and, you know, word of mouth from them. So I'm new to social media. But you know how many times I have people, go look at this person. Look what they doing. See how they page is? See, you need to get your page like that. You need to do this. See, look how she talking. See how she talking? Look how she dressed. I'm not a blazer therapist. I'm not. I'm a real talker where I took these shoes off, okay? So I can talk to my people. I'm not that. I don't have to, I don't have to do any of that. I don't. Because half the time, those are the ones that ain't helping y'all. They sitting there listening to y'all. They bored as all get out. They probably need a therapist too. And then at the end, because, you know, that's pretty much protocol. After you get through doing all this talking and pouring your heart out to them, then they tell you something. I think you really need to go and sit and make a list of, okay, that's good. There are certain things I can say. That's how we are supposed to do it. But it's certain times you got to kind of just sit it to the side, and I push it to the side. But sit that to the side and really listen to what your clients have to say. And that's what I do. I don't care about what looks cute. I don't care about any of that stuff. So when people tell me, I'm like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. But if I don't feel that way in me, if it's hard for me to do that, it's not for me. My self-worth is intact. And guess what? Sometimes you probably can have a little too much self-worth. I think that might be me. Because I will stumble and stumble and stumble. But guess what? I learn from every time I fall and pick myself back up. And I'll be like, okay, yeah, you do need to do this different. You do need to. But guess what? It's not going to be because I'm going to this person and that person and them telling me what to do with my business that I created with the help of the creator who put it in my spirit that woke me up at night for months to write ideas down. I shall not. Because at that point, what you're saying is they're more powerful than he. And that ain't even never.
Feel the Ashana now.
That part.
Ashana now.
But yes, know what you want to do. The number one thing that people make when they are starting a business, when they in a business and they trying to take it a notch up or whatever else, is comparing themselves to everybody else that's in that same line of business.
Mm-hmm.
I think the worst part is, and I'm going to say this, I'm just going to keep moving so people understand. The devil will bless you too. And I'm just going to leave it at that. You have people that you be like, dang, I've been doing this for 9 years. And she just started doing it. And I gave her all the ideas. And now she doing this for this person. And for this celebrity. And she been on Oprah. Oprah ain't got no show no more, but she might come back with one. And that's how you get discouraged.
Mm-hmm.
That's their thing. You don't know what they did to get there. You don't. You don't know who they had to. You don't know who they had to talk to. You don't know who they had to talk to or befriend to get there. We're just gonna keep that real clean, okay? You don't know. But you taking this straight and narrow road. That word tell us that. That road to do good is long and hard. I take long and hard for 500, Alex. Because guess what? In that road, down that road, you gonna learn something. You gonna trip, you gonna fall, but you learning the whole way through. You learning. Mm-hmm. And the best part about it is you sticking to what you want. You sticking to self. And that's what you want to do. Don't let nobody change that. Don't let nobody block it out. And you, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, but thank you. Thank you. You're right. And you don't have to block all of some stuff. Yeah, you can kind of look into it, but if it ain't feeling right, if it's not your judge, keep moving. Be confident in whatever you feel about yourself. Be confident in whatever you want to do with your business. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, that's cocky. Oh, that's not right. Oh, that's not how you do it. Oh, how you think this person got so big? How you think, hey, that's great for that person. That was their time. This is my time. I got to go on my own road at my own time. That's why I use 2 Chainz as the example. I'm pretty sure he just didn't wake up at 40 and thought he was going to rap and then it happens. I'm sure he's been doing it for a really long time. Okay? But it happened in his time. 40, 41, 2, whatever it was, boom, and it hit. And he came out and he made it. And then y'all listen to his music and you're downloading his albums and you're buying whatever it is that he say and you're at his trap house and all that other foolishness that y'all like to do. But guess what? It was his time and he making his coins. He's getting it. It was his thought. It was what he felt in his spirit and he went at his time. And he didn't give up. On people say, oh, you get too old. You need to go on down there to the UPL. They hiring. They got full benefit. Don't nobody care. I'm about to keep putting these lyrics down. I'm about to keep with these beats. I am. And then all of a sudden, it's boom. There it was. You should feel that way about self. Stop comparing yourself to other people. How many people are inside of you? Well, yeah, terms. Yeah, that's right. Get those terms together. How many? Are you more than one person? Like, how many names do you have? Like, we call ourselves a lot of things. We have a lot of names and aliases and all that. And, you know, when we getting in somebody's tail, you know, we might be Shaquana. And then when we're in the corporate world, we might be Elizabeth. And, you know, but literally, you are one person. If you think about it, if you were to be every single person that everybody else wanted to be, you would be bananas. You'd be like 75 different people. If you listen to what that, you need to do this, you need to be this, and be this, and do that, and go here, and go around the corner, and up the street, and then go downtown. That was like 20 people right there. You'll go bananas. That's why I gotta start within you. Know who you are. Whatever it looks like, everything about you is necessary. Everything. The good, the bad, your past, the present, it all creates who you are. And it's all necessary. You just got to figure out where it ties in your life, how it's going to help you with your business. I'll just say this off the top of my head. You have some people that it's hard for them to start their business because they like, ain't nobody in my family never really did anything like this. So, I'm going to be the first one. They feel that pressure on their shoulders. Everybody else in your family don't have nothing to do with this. It was the path that they chose. You're chosen to go this way. They chose to go all the way around 25. You were like, let me cut through 20 real quick. That's okay. Just because nobody in your family did it does not mean that does not define who you are. Outside of business, I just want to use myself as an example. Marriage. Everybody in my family, okay, and I say that with a strong E, has been married at least twice. In the beginning, especially when I was younger, I was like, man, dang, I don't want to get married because I already know I'm going to get married at least 2 times. And I was like, wait a minute. You're putting out in the atmosphere something that ain't even happened yet.
Mm.
What you doing? You are accepting something that has not happened. What are you doing? Do you want to be married? Yeah. Do you want to be happy? Yes. Work on yourself. Find out what's wrong with you. Find out why you mad at men. Find out why you angry all the time. Find out why you feel like it's necessary to cuss men out. Find out why you feel like all men ain't ish. It's all internal. Can't nobody help me. Don't nobody know my past. Don't nobody know what I've been through. And I had to do that. And I had to sit and say, dang, yeah, I did inquire. Why your marriage didn't work? Why yours? Okay. And I kind of took from that, I chiseled a little bit that I needed, put the rest to the side. I said, okay, I'm going to have a marriage. It's going to be successful. I'm going to have me a little kid. Just one. I don't know. And it's going to work out. And I said that to myself. And even when people come with the negativity, that's not it. We'll make it work. Is it perfect? Oh, no, Lord. Do that mug get on my nerve? Yup. Do I get on his nerve? Yup. But what I'm not going to put out there in the atmosphere is, oh, everybody in my family has been married at least twice and divorced, or husbands mysteriously died. I'm just kidding. But that's not gonna be me. I'm not putting that out there. I'm not. And I'll even say this, because how it ties in with self-worth. If it happened, I'm not gonna say, dang, man, I tried my best. I was trying not to. And now I'm sitting up here in divorce court. I'm like, oh, it just didn't work out. Does that mean I'm no longer my marriage material? Does that mean? No, it doesn't. It just means something didn't work somewhere. Let me figure that out and then work on it, and I'm gonna keep moving. Not bitter, not angry with anybody, with men, or none of that. Your business and the success starts with you. It's all internal. Stop comparing yourself and understand that there are going to be moments when you fail, but that does not mean that you are a failure. I'll stop right there, because like I said, this is my craft, this is my gift, and I love it all day, and I can build in people, but I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to pause. Do anybody have any questions? They want to ask a statement, something they might need some clarity on. I'm open. I'm a book.
I do want to ask something, and I want to ask this so you can touch on it for the viewers or somebody who we hear this a lot. we hear women say all the time, men ain't no good. There's no good men out there. Or where are all the good men? Or, it's just, what do you have to say about that? What do you have? I'm curious.
You're just speechless. Like, what you got to say to these dudes? I will say, women, I want to choose my words carefully because everybody not broken. But there's always something in our past that we didn't heal from that is pretty much the foundation of why we operate the way that we do. And I'm gonna leave it like that because I don't want to beat up on women. I don't want to beat up on people. Period. So I'll say that. And to that, I will add: find out what happened, what situation, what relationship were you in that made you feel like, oh man, ain't nothing. And usually when you have women like that, I probably think in my time, I probably had maybe like 6 or 7 women that feel that way. But within talking with them, I noticed that they have a pattern of attracting the same type of men. And then when we dig deeper, you find out that they're not literally picking those men, but they attract to what they know as far as a man. So it may have come from their fathers or an uncle or whoever was there between in those primary ages that are setting the foundation for the type of relationships that we will have. That's the type of men that they gravitate towards. So that's usually between the ages of 5 and 12 is, what they say. And whatever male that you have in your life and whatever example he's showing, that's usually the type of man that women gravitate towards. And I'll use myself as an example. My husband works a lot, and my friends are all like, he's never at home. Oh, you just gonna be this and this. It doesn't bother me.
Business.
Right, that part too. Ain't your business. But it doesn't bother me because that's how my dad was. My dad worked all day, Monday through Saturday, come home late at night, and then the only day he was off was on Sundays. And Sundays he did yard work and might have spent time with us and went to the park. So not knowing, but when I sat back, when I was thinking about myself, I was like, dang, every man that I've ever been with, they always work. It didn't bother me. That's what I was used to. Not realizing that I'm just, pretty much picking those type of guys, but it's what we gravitate towards because it's familiar territory. It's the same way with women or men who have experienced abuse or something like that. And you have these women who are in these abusive relationships who are like, why don't you just get out? Why you can't get out? If you dig deep into their past, there's some type of something there where that became the norm for them. So they like, yeah, it hurt when he punched me in the face. But I do know he loved me though, because he told me. And they probably seen it somewhere, even if it was with their mom. I've had one woman that was like that who literally said, I watched my dad beat my mom's tail. And the guy she was with ended up doing her the exact same way. And then she was wondering why she was second guessing herself, like, why can't I just move past him? Like, I know he'll put his hands on me. I know, because you see him, that's your norm. So now we got to heal from that. So that way you can do better with the men. So usually when you have women that are like that, they got they got a foundation. We gotta we gotta resurface that.
Yeah.
Anybody else have?
Love it.
Anything? Got a question on your business? Do you feel any type of doubt? Anything? Anybody trying to take it to the next level and they just like, sometimes I feel like, Michelle, you shaking your head yet? Go shout. Let me go and pour into you.
That's definitely how I feel. Just exactly what you said, that example, like, you come home and after a whole day you just lay back And exactly what you said, it happened just last night to me. I said, oh, today was a terrible day. I didn't get everything I wanted done. Then you start like, is this business really for me? Because everybody's doing it. And then, the person who signed me, she'd be like, well, you got to get out there. And I'm like, well, I'm not a people person like that. And I don't want to get out there and talk to people because it's kind of weird. And what if they say, you think of all the bad things that can happen. Like, well, what if somebody look at me weird, like, I don't wear jewelry? Well, what if somebody be like, why is she talking to me? Why is somebody like, why is she in my face because of COVID? So I start looking at all the wrong things that can happen. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stick to what I know. This Facebook Live, at least 4 people show up, so I'm okay. And then, but I still feel like it's just not enough. My husband's trying to push me, my, friends trying to push me, but I'm just like, I'm stuck within myself. So I guess my biggest thing is like, how do you overcome moving forward or identifying the problem to help you move forward? Because I feel like my business is not growing because of me, and I know it's me. So
that actually, but you know what? That's common. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
Failure is like,
Feel the same way.
it's gonna happen. If today wasn't good, and we'll just take that term out. That whole fails, I'm a failure. Just take it out. Today wasn't a good day.
Yeah.
And leave it at that. That doesn't define your business. That doesn't say, oh, this isn't for me. That doesn't say, oh, this is a stupid idea. And believe it or not, I'm going to say this, and I wish enough people who really, that's how, I'm not a people person. I'm not. When I'm around people that I don't know, I'm shy.
Yeah.
I stay to myself. Mm-hmm. My family, my siblings, my parents, everybody from Atlanta to Alaska know them. Because everywhere they go, they don't meet a stranger. Me, stranger danger. Everybody's a stranger to me. I don't want to talk to nobody. That's how I am. And people, when they see me, they'll be like, I don't believe it. It's the truth. It is. Mm-hmm. But you have to take that. You take that energy. That's what I'm saying. Those negative voices that are inside of you, they all come from somewhere. So you have to find that source. And what you don't want to do is, you don't want to say a mere thought can defeat you as a whole person. Because that ain't possible. It ain't nothing. That inner voice of negativity, that can't defeat you. It's just a voice. It's kind of like a fly. Just swat it. Or get you some, some Windex and spray it and it just falls to the ground. It's just a mere thought. But you take that thought and wait a minute. No, I'm better than that. I just had a rough day today. What did I do wrong? And if you didn't do that, I did everything right. It just wasn't my day. Who has a good day every day? It's life. That's okay. Right. Yep. Everybody has Walmart has slow days. You don't make millions and trillions of dollars every day. Why do you think people who are in that profession and in that part of the world do stuff like commit suicide? Yeah. How you a billionaire, you commit suicide? Yeah, because your self-worth not intact. You got all that money and you ain't good? Because it don't matter.
Speak on it.
That money don't matter. You sitting up in a 13-bedroom house with 75 bathrooms and you choose to go out there by this tree and hang yourself? What's wrong with you, boy? Because it doesn't matter. You know why? Because they broke it on the inside.
Being in house.
You got over 10,000 stores in the United States alone. And I'm not Mr. Walmart, he ain't committed suicide. Let me say that now for everybody. But y'all here, Walmart man don't commit suicide. No, I'm just using that as an example. No, he has not. But there are people in these Fortune 500 companies, these large businesses, they got stores everywhere. And the stock market go down, they lose some money, they lose their mind because they not intact internally. So I'm saying that to say a bad day don't define you. Everybody has one, from the richest to the poorest. Mm-hmm. We all have a bad day. We all gonna have a bad day in sales. When you, because you will, become Mr. Wiley, selling your exclusive jewelry, you can still gonna have some bad days when you sitting up in your mansion and putting your money to the side and investing it for your kids and for your husband and for your family. You go, dang, sales show did go down this summer. It wasn't like this last summer. What was it? Corona. And actually sales went up during Corona because ain't nobody got time to do that but shop, just buying stuff, wearing around the house. So you have to find out, hey, let me go over here, or let me do this, or let me do that. And when you have seasons like this, use it to your advantage. Take from people who are kind of positive. People talk about Jordan all the time. But hey, Jordan say if you're going to do it, I'm going to give it to you. Where did you see lines during Corona? The heart of Corona. People standing in line about Jordans. Why you wearing them too? Why y'all gonna wear these Jordans too? But guess what? He knew, let me come out with these shoes real quick. I'm finna come out with these shoes. These folks sitting at home buying on Amazon. Let me get some of this. Know what's good for your product, and know when you have moments like that, it doesn't mean you are a failure. It just means you had a bad day. See, I keep telling to be quiet. I told y'all it's my space. It's my space. Anybody, Miss Russia, any other questions you have for the people?